front door. What is going on?
Oh, ring the bell.
Oh,
There it is.
Hello and welcome to the historic city of Tallinn in Estonia. For over 1,000 years, this has been a meeting point for people from Northern, Eastern and Western Europe. And that tradition has continued for the last 20 years with Simple Session, bringing together skateboarders and BMXers from all over the world in Europe's biggest winter contest. We've got BMX Street and Park finals coming up later on, but first it's the small matter of the skateboard finals. I'm very pleased to say I've got one of the most stylish women ever to push a skateboard stood next to me. She's also the first woman ever to win an X Games medal, Vanessa Torres.
Thank you for the kind introduction, Ed.
It's the truth.
Yeah, that's why I love you. It's actually my first time in Estonia. Very cold, caught some snowfall the other day, which was super awesome. I'm excited to be here. 20th anniversary, Simple Session, ready to get this thing going.
But it's not, it may be your first time in Estonia, but it's not your first experience of Simple Session. As a skater, you've come across this before.
I definitely have. I feel like a lot of skateboarders love to come to these types of events because it's really stayed true to its roots, and it's just all about the people and all about skateboarding, and who wouldn't want to come out for that, you know?
And you've also had your first glimpse of the course in the flesh.
Have you seen it? It's extremely intimidating. I'm 5'2", so you can imagine that everything looks a lot larger for me, but yeah, it's an amazing course.
I'm 6 foot and it doesn't get any smaller for me. It is so intimidating. More about that later on, but we mentioned there that this is the 20th anniversary of Simple Session. It's a special year for this contest, so we decided to sit down the founder, Risto Kalmre, to find out a little bit more about his journey.
The development of Simple Session and skateboarding throughout these 20 years has been totally mind-blowing, of course, because it's been so long. The event progresses together with the skateboarding. You know, the stuff that the skaters are doing now was unthinkable just like even a few years ago. Simple Session is a skateboarding event with a pretty unique vibe. Street skaters, park skaters, video park skaters, all coming together on one course. And I think it's just very good energy, and then people feed off from each other, and just a big skateboard party. It's really hard to pick like just one or two moments from all these 20 years. Maybe Tony Hawk, you know, he came over last year to host a live show. That was really unreal to have him here. And maybe Mike Wee, he came over 2005 and was one of the first big name skaters who visited the event. So those were definitely highlights for me.
Well, I think it illustrates just how much pull Simple Session has when you see the caliber of names it's brought.
Yeah, I mean, I literally just saw clips of Mike Vallely out here, who's a monster. Tony Hawk's been out here, Pedro Barros, like, it's a historic list, I would think.
Okay, it's no different this year, though. We've got some heavy hitters came through qualifying. Who stood out to you?
David Gravette is obviously a favorite of mine. He's probably having the best, you know, most exciting time out there with a smile on his face. I don't even think he knew he was going to make it into finals, but here he is.
One of Burnside's favorite sons. He was enjoying this course, wasn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
Really fun, creative skating from Gravette. And then the one person that you can't look past, he's a veteran of Simple Session, Danny Leon.
Yeah, I was watching him in practice. He was injured last year, and it's good to see him out here. It looks like he's doing quite fine and skating the course super well.
He can generate enough speed to get round this, can't he?
Yeah, definitely, and he's got the pop. He's got the pop for everything as well.
But then this man, the returning champion, difficult to look past him.
Yeah, I was saying earlier that he looks like he's had a lot of time to get used to this course, but he's skating it super powerfully, and I think he's here to win.
Yeah, 100%. That flowing mane has been in action all week here. He's got some fantastic lines lined up. It's going to be a pleasure to watch him skate. But we decided to sit down earlier in the week with both Liam and Danny and find out their thoughts ahead of the contest.
This definitely takes the most fun event of the year for me. It's a different contest vibe because of all the non-contest things that happen.
I love this contest because it's not only about contest, it's about a lot of things like people who come here, new friends. The city is so beautiful and the park, everything makes it is like a perfect salad for me.
Last year was crazy. Just being there in general was kind of surreal.
I remember 2015 because it was my first time at Simple Session. I got second place. So I think that feeling in the beginning. For me, he's the best in the park. Really, really. It's amazing to see how he skates this park easy.
The most fun you're gonna have at any contest is the vibe of Simple Session for sure.
That is a brilliant case of Jekyll and Hyde. The two really gentle characters you see on screen are at odds with the beasts that come out on this course.
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny to watch them be so somber and very docile almost. It does not look that way when these guys get on the course. Yeah, it's night and day, honestly.
Okay, you talked a little bit about how imposing this course is. What does it mean for the athletes? How hard is it to skate?
I mean, it really takes, like, I think an all-around skateboarder, someone who's, like, definitely skated street, spent time skating street, and also some ramps here and there. It demands speed, accuracy, and you could definitely get turned around out there. Any, like, you overshoot like a jump or anything like that, you might be lost out there, so.
Okay, well, let's take a little guide to it. We've got Cody Lockwood and our man David Gravette taking a closer look at the course.
I'm Cody Lockwood,
David Gravette,
and we're here for the DJI course preview.
Woo, big old ramp.
Little bit of David Gravette flavour there. Unfortunately, Cody Lockwood didn't make it into finals, but that illustrates just how high the standard is here. Now, alongside Vanessa and I here in the studio, there's a third member of our team, course side. It's Amy Fuller. She's talking to our head judge today, Dan Cates.
Dan, there's no doubt about it. You definitely have one of the toughest jobs in the building today. What's the format and how is this contest going to work?
So the format we're using today for the finals is a tried and tested formula. It's basically 2 runs and the best run counts.
And what's the criteria for judging this event?
The criteria, again, is kind of what we've looked at over the years. It's always the same. It's use of the course, style, consistency, and difficulty of tricks.
Thanks a lot, Dan. I hope it goes well.
Thank you.
One of the true legends of British skateboarding, Dan Cates, there will be in charge of some of the hardest decisions today. Right now, though, I'm going to put you on the spot as the expert. Top 3 predictions.
I feel like Liam Pace is obviously a no-brainer. I mean,
that's a given.
I don't think I'm alone in that one. And then Danny Leon, obviously qualifying second, coming in strong, definitely not any injuries. So, and then I would like to see Gravette move up, maybe hit some podium. We'll see. I don't know.
Well, you've forgotten about the human power station, Jaime Mateu.
Well, if he doesn't make it up top, he's definitely jumping off the tallest part of this course. So either way, he's a crowd favorite. He's always fun to watch.
Okay, keep your eyes on all of those names and the other 8 skaters. We're about to get the skate finals underway after this short break. I'll see you there. Welcome to the Saku Arena in Tallinn, Estonia. This is skateboard finals for Simple Session 20. The format is oh so simple. 12 skaters, 2 runs, best run counts. Sat in the booth next to me, Vanessa Torres. Mouth-watering prospect, Vanessa.
I would not want to be out here skating this contest right now, let alone these finals. It's intimidating. It looks like these guys are gonna bring some of their heavier stuff to this final, so.
Well, we look through the start list here. Look at the nations' flags down the side there. We talked about this being a gathering of different nations, but the top 4, Jaime Mateu, Keyshawn Johnson, Danny Leon, Leon Pace, it's the US versus Spain. But those first 8 skaters, we've got Italy, we've got Russia, we've got the Germans, we've got absolutely every European nation. The French, I think there's a really strong French contingent with Antoine Laurent and Adrien Bulard. They've been looking very, very strong. But you can see him out there on the course now. The Steadicam getting ready to chase him down. It's Egor Golubev, one of the forefathers of Russian street skating. Super, super tech.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen him just hitting all the rails and stuff. He's definitely got a lot of technical tricks.
I feel like he had, I think he's 28 years old now, and he had a really, really strong 2015. Got a 5th place back here. But then, since then, he struggled to, as the parks got bigger.
That's what I was going to say.
He struggled to add that transition element to his skating.
Yeah, you definitely got to evolve with the times.
I say that, he's clambered up to the highest point on the course. He's ready on the roll in. Egor Golubev of Russia dropping in.
Getting launched into space with that one.
Frontside air, and now he's up into this upper bowl section. Lovely melon over the channel there that separates the 2. Oh, a little bit over the front there, just going for that. There's a tiny lip around that top section up there.
It's also a lot of impact.
Oh, heavy on the knees.
Yeah. There's our nice little technical. Was that nollie 360 heel flip over the hip?
I was going to say front side cab 270 flip, but flip front board.
Yeah.
Just struggling with this one. He's got 2 runs though, so he can take a bit of time. Setting up now, fakie. There you go.
Like I said, it's like
You're right.
your recovery time. Like you lose so much time out there.
Yeah,
you have to be quick.
This is a really, really good illustration of exactly what you were saying. You lose your rhythm at all. This course is so big, then you lose all of your flow just getting back up to somewhere to start your run again.
Exactly. It's like climbing a mountain just to get your speed back.
Egor Golubev paying lip service to some of the bigger elements on the first 3 hits there, but then working the street section pretty hard for the back end of that run. I think, as you'll find out, that front side air, yeah, you were right.
Oh, was that?
The nollie back 3. Little tap through that front board. And there was, that was the front side half cab fake. So Golubev putting the first run down to experience. But keep an eye on these wide shots, because this is when you'll get to see a couple of the boys flashing through and starting to get a feel for their runs.
I was going to say nobody likes to go first, you know?
So hard.
Yeah.
And the fact that Egor hasn't actually landed a run, you can see a couple of the big dogs there. Pat Duffy in the middle in the blue beanie. One of the legends, early legends of street skating. He was an absolute handrail destroyer, wasn't he?
Definitely. Don't underestimate him, though. I'm sure he's still got it. I saw him taking a couple runs out here as well. It's kind of nice to see the judges out, you know, out there taking it in.
So Egor Golubev sitting down, reflecting on that 49.4 first run score. Dropped a couple of tricks, a couple of really nice technical ones in there that no one's going to be able to get near, but just needs to find a bit more speed, a bit more power on the front section. Next in, Simen Haegelan of Norway. Cites Malmo as his local, though, in southern Sweden.
He's definitely got that Malmo-like aesthetic. I've actually had a lot of fun watching him skate.
It's really clean, economical skating, isn't it? There's a lovely simplicity to it.
Yeah, I think he's adapted to this course pretty well.
Well, if you're skating Scandinavian concrete, this is kind of built for you, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
Oh, lovely backsmith to open up.
You know, and then it's simple. It's a simple kick flip that just gets away from you.
Yeah, off the back of that pump bump. Puts the pivot to tail. Oh, flip back lip. If you're splitting hairs, which it's the judge's job to do, he didn't quite square it off, but...
It's kind of like, oh, I messed up on that kick flip, so I'm just going to do a kick flip into this backside lip slide, just to, you know...
prove that I've still got it. Feels like he's just getting hung up in a couple of places. One of the things that is worth pointing out when you're watching people skate this course, though, is that it's been built with BMXers and skaters in mind, and there are some rough corners to it. It looks perfect, it's been painted up and decaled perfectly, but when you actually get out there and roll through it, there are so many little imperfections, and if you're not 100% confident, if you're not driving through, then they can so easily knock you off.
Yeah, it just takes one hiccup to throw everything off.
So Simen Haegelan of Norway is going to put that one down to experience. Failed a couple of times there, just couldn't find his mojo. So again, second run for Simen. Like Egor Golubev before him. There's that backsmith to open up the beautiful foot position. Locked it in. You saw the back foot didn't quite get over the trucks on that. It was a little bit sketchy. One slide was nice though.
I mean, that's not a short rail. You gotta have some serious balance and be able to hold on to a frontside feeble like that, let alone the drop off at the end.
And the front feeds, you're actually resting on the rail of the board. The front foot's just trying to wash away from you the whole time, isn't it? You've got to have that back foot position perfect.
And I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know about frontside feebles because I've only landed a few in my lifetime, and I can't figure out the calibration or where to keep my feet so that I can balance on that trick. But I'll work on it, and then I'll let you know how it's going.
I used to have a front feeble, aka the grapefruit, on mini ramp, but that was a long, long time ago. In fact, I think it's longer ago since I've done it than I was when I was born to when I learned it. That's really depressing. Okay, Simen Haegelan, little shake of the head. He's not that happy with that one.
Yeah, it's first runs. It's first runs right now. You know what I mean? You got to get that. Not saying that these guys don't know what they're doing, but you know, even the best of them still get the jitters. You know.
You've got to get that first run down though if you know what you're doing, because it's no 3 runs. It's 2 runs.
Yeah.
Okay, score comes in at 60.8 for Simen Haegelan of Norway, so he moves into first place, but only 2 riders down here at Simple Session Final. Next in, one of the smoothest skaters ever to come out of Finland, Jaakko Ojanen.
Simple Session to me is fun and games, you know, like fun to skate here and fun to hang out with the friends.
So Jaakko Ojanen turned pro for Element at the beginning of 2019. Got a hefty social following. Brilliant street skater, but loves coming out here to Simple Session. An absolute pleasure to watch. Got one of those a little bit like Simen Haegelan, like really lovely, clean style.
He's definitely one of my favorites to watch, and his ability to recover from some mishaps out there is absolutely insane.
Got the grapefruit, yeah, frontside feeble grind in transition. He must have heard us. Oh!
But it's almost like nothing happened. He's already back in, and
is that casual?
He's recovered, isn't it? Yes.
Oh!
Do you see? It's like fast feet trickery.
It's the back one fakey nose grind.
Yeah.
Just floating through here, super, super casual. Crazy little transition there.
It's like wall ride combination.
Giving it a pump into this top bowl section. And he was Mayday. If he'd come into fakey off it anyway. Yeah, so 3 runs now where we haven't really seen the fire lit. We're still waiting for that.
It's tough out there, though. If you know you're already missing a couple tricks, kind of throws everything off, and sometimes you just throw the run, you know?
This is a hard week of skating, though. Like, qualifiers yesterday, you're talking about nigh on 3 hours of skating, I think, to get through qualifiers, and these guys are trying to stay warm and keep that energy up. That was lovely, wasn't it? Now let's have a look at this. He's got a wall ride over the rail and straight into that second one.
I almost thought he was going to go for a third.
Definitely some very different and creative lines there from Jaakko Ojanen, and something for the judges to think about.
Well, I think that fancy footwork is what got him into the finals, so he's doing something right out there.
100%. So Simen Haegelan currently on a 60.8, but we've got a stacked field still to drop. Only 3 skaters in so far on their first runs of Simple Session Skate Finals 2020. Jaakko's score coming in 41.8 for the Finn. Danny Leon puts a congratulatory arm around him. So, Adrien Bulard, Frenchman, probably most famous for his back tail down El Toro in 2018. There's a brilliant documentary out on Red Bull TV at the moment on Adrien that's well worth hunting down. It talks about his OCD and the way that's developed and helped progress his skateboarding. He's harnessed it as a positive thing. So if you want to find out a little more about that, definitely go and check it out. It's called Out of Frame. So, Adrien Bulard, incredible tat on his right arm there. He's got that nearly fully blacked out. Just moving some of the skaters and cameramen out of the way.
He was keeping it pretty mellow in warm-up, so I'm excited to see him just go full throttle.
He was, wasn't he? He was working some of the smaller features, so let's see what he said to this.
That's massive 360 flip over the gap. That thing is not small.
Beautiful catch with the front foot as well.
Little backside disaster revert on the quarter, setting up for something else.
Once that cameraman out of the way. He's trying to hold his speed there. Cracking out that back tail.
I feel like that's what it takes, though. You gotta just hit everything in your path.
Lovely nollie heels through the driveway.
He's got a substantial amount of tricks, considering he is not going that fast.
Beautiful, okay. Lining back up again. Fakey tray. But just dropped that one. It's going to be so hard because what we're going to see, you've got 3 or 4 other skaters still to drop who are going to take the exact opposite approach to Adrien out here. And I think this is the same thing that we watched if we're looking back through Simple Sessions 20 years. It's the same kind of diversion in styles and techniques and tastes that we saw between the BMXers that saw them becoming a street and park contest. That was insane to start, though.
That's one for the books, though. But yeah, it's like you have to progress, you have to evolve, especially with how intense these courses are becoming. And if you're not skating a vert ramp, you know what I mean, and prepping for this contest, then you might have a hard time putting together, you know, a run that's going to get you up in that top 3 spots.
Well, it's going to be fascinating to see where Dan Cates, Pat Duffy, and the rest of the judges put Adrien Bulard. Some super tech street skating there. We still haven't seen a really, really clean, banging run start to finish. We're lacking we've got so much creativity, plenty of style, and no shortage of technicality, but I feel at the moment we're missing a little bit of speed, power, and consistency. But 70 points, the judges like the technicality.
Yeah, he's our new leader.
Yeah, so 0.2 shy of 70. Adrien Bulard looking very comfortable after 4 skaters. Now it's the Italian wizard, Ivan Federico. He's had some beautiful transfers, Vanessa.
Yeah, he's almost not making it up that quarter pipe just now, but yeah, he's got one of the fastest flicks I've seen in a really long time. Like, he can just kickflip melon this and
it whips him out, doesn't it? This is the transfer.
So that's the first that we're seeing of that transfer, that usage of the course.
Lovely Madonna to follow it up. Finger flip to the front D. Lovely backside ollie floating through and then transferring back the way he came with the frontside ollie.
I think I'm holding my breath in here.
Beautiful. So taking the time to come back up to the top. He's going to smash it over the jump box.
Oh my, it looked like he was going to over-rotate that.
Yeah, there's a little bit, but he just smudged the front foot off, didn't he? Trying to get the judo there. From Smith. Just trying to build speed back up here.
Just super creative skateboarder. Like,
and then when Tekker's at the end. Okay, 2 brilliant runs to compare and contrast there, though, between Adrien Bulard and Ivan Federico.
Yeah.
This is where we start to find out what the judges are feeling about the big transition versus the tech street.
Yeah. But I mean, if you, like, we're watching this rerun right now, and he's found a really good line, and he also, the frontside Smith down the rail, like, he's adding, you know what I mean, everything, all the elements into his run. I thought he was going to over-rotate that back 3.
It looked like he was going 5 for a second, didn't it? Jaime Mateu style. But one of the most important things to recognize there is how much distance he covered and how much terrain he got under his belt. He used most of the course.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, just speed. It's speed and accuracy, like, and obviously being creative in your trick choice as well.
I'm so impressed with that, to send that kickflip melon transfer on the way out, but then to bring it back with the frontside ollie. Because he's building so much speed to get out there. It looked like it was all pop to come back. 76.8. So
he's like, I'll take it.
Yeah, I feel like he had the consistency there, but it means the judges are trying to balance the tech and the transition.
Yeah, definitely leaving some room, as we do have a few more heavy hitters coming through for their first runs.
Okay, Tyler Edtmayer of Germany, the Super Grom of 4 years ago, is now turning into one of the regulars here at Simple Session. And fascinatingly, we're going to see him followed by the next Super Grom, Antoine Laurent. So,
who is our youngest competitor in the finals.
That was Tyler 4 years ago. Tyler was out here, I think he's only 19 years old now.
Oh, so, to be 19.
Sorry, 21.
Oh, sick.
Back 3 Indy.
Dude, back to back.
We'll call that one a 450 though on the hip. Yeah. Pumping, getting so much speed.
Huge boneless. Huge.
Full stretch. Into the back boneless.
I mean, that's a beautiful line. Like,
nose diving into that transfer as well. That was beautiful. Had his weight set up perfectly.
I think this is my favorite thing about watching this contest is just like everyone has their own unique way of of approaching this course.
Back three stale over that transfer.
Oh, he was going to go for a nose grind on that one and then just locked into a frontside grind.
He's just fully committed, isn't he?
Yeah. He's killing it.
Lovely. The invert there. Back three. He's gone heavy on the back threes.
Yes.
I don't know if we've seen it. Have we seen it? If we've seen any flip trick. Frontside flip to finish.
He's popped on that.
There you go, Tyler Edtmayer, first guy out here to stomp a run start to finish. No bails. So again, we're feeling out the scores from the judges here. We've seen some really tech runs from Adrien Bulard. We've seen transition heavy runs from Ivan Federico. But this is the first time we've seen a really, really consistent run. Tiny bit of repetition here with the backside rotations. Got back three into back 450.
Massive.
Huge front boneless. I think this is one of my favorites. Stepping out and over the rails and then getting it in. Back three stale on that big transfer.
You know, a plethora of back threes I wouldn't be mad about. He landed every single one.
Diego Fiorese giving him the wave at the back there. Brazilian has made his home in Copenhagen. So there we go, Tyler Edtmayer's score is in and the consistency is king. 86.4 beats Ivan Federico and Adrien Bulard into second and third respectively. Things are starting to heat up. So 6 riders down, 6 still to go. Tyler has a decent score on the board.
I mean, 86.4 is a pretty, that's a hefty. He's pumped.
I want to see where the judges are going to take this. Let's not forget, we've still got Liam Pace, Danny Leon, Keisho Johnson, Jaime Mateu, and David Gravette still to go. And this kid, the brand new super drama of Simple Session, Antoine Laurent. Bless him, he looks nervous, doesn't he?
No. Oh, well, I mean, look at that cute little, kind of lack of a smile, but... When you're that age, you're just ready to just skate, you know? You're not worried about, life hasn't happened yet, you know what I mean?
It's all new.
Yes.
Yeah, why not come and skate in front of 15,000 people in Tallinn, Estonia?
Hey, but he rips too, so...
Stadium skating at the age of 15, Antoine Laurent.
We got Cody Lockwood over there in the back corner looking real cozy.
He does, doesn't he? Good bear catcher on. Lovely 3 nose grab.
No!
Drop that one second trick. He'll be disappointed with that.
Well, at least with the format here, it's best run out of the 2 count. So if anything goes wrong, you always got your second run to bring it back around, hopefully.
Oh, back nose, or is he going back blunt? Either way, didn't quite lock in. So first run, just getting away from Antoine Laurent here, the kid from Mayenne in southern France, just down the road from Avignon. Oh, the backsmith. That is truly one of the classics, isn't it? And the front feeds.
You know, that must feel so nice.
Well, we're getting a sense now of where this run could go.
Yes, exactly.
If he links it all together, pressure's off and he's just playing with the end of this run. If he can link the top of it together though, why not chuck in a 450 over the hip to finish? Wow, this kid is so good already. It's funny, just before him we saw Tyler Edtmayer. Tyler's been out here doing it since 2017. He's been the kid. Now there's a new kid on the block and he's starting to look over his shoulder at just 21. So loads, look at that.
It's like kickflip, bendy. Yeah, I mean, I think
so
just
much to celebrate.
Yeah, the first bail I think might have just thrown him off a little bit, but you know, I think he'll be back to conquer in his second run.
Well,
That's
I think
massive.
I'm guilty of maybe because he dropped second trick getting a little bit down on him. I don't think this is going to be a bad score at all.
No, not at all.
I reckon this could be mid-60s. So, top 5 qualifiers still to drop here at Simple Session Skate Finals. Means David Gravette, Jaime Mateu, Lucky Shot Johnson, Danny Leon, and last year's winner, Liam Pace, qualified in first place. He's just on fire, isn't he? David Gravette doing his little board balancing trick there.
I love Gravette. I feel like he keeps it so fun out there.
Yeah, there is not an ounce of seriousness.
Oh, wow, look, we got low 70s, yeah.
72.4 sleeper run for the young Frenchman. So decent score, flips him into third place. Now it's the turn of David Gravette, a legend from the skate mecca of Portland. Let's find out a little bit more about the big man.
Yeah, Simple Sessions to me is like the Super Bowl. Like, I've been watching it with my cereal, just so fired up. The BMX contest is amazing. Like, just the big jumps. They don't build courses like this very often, so it's really cool to be out here and add another pin to my world map, and loving it.
The man from Issaquah in Washington State now lives in Portland. If you know anything about skating in the Pacific Northwest of America, you know that they skate gnarly, gnarly concrete, and that is reflected in David Gravette's skating. An absolute beast, but like you said, he always, in amongst all that gnarliness, he keeps it fun.
Yeah, he is having a blast right now. He's just stoked to be here, and that's like just like the raw, like authentic part of being a skateboarder is like everything is exciting. And he's actually been killing this course and made it to the final, so I'm stoked to see him out here. It's just, that's how
Look at that, the old Stacy Peralta on the tail. No!
I honestly can't help but smile though, because I don't think he's bummed at all, like if it doesn't work out.
Well, that's probably the biggest thing about David Gravette. It's so weird to see him in a contest situation.
No, I definitely agree.
Keep your eyes out for this, kids. This is how you skate and have fun.
Just
like, way, caveman! Building some speed down the back end. Oh, slams that fiddy. Caveman's again out of that one.
Coming up short.
Little pop over the channel, driveway. Alley-oop nose.
Little flamingo. just like,
beautiful,
look
isn't
at
it?
him.
He's just messing around now. Again, we come back. We want to see that run that we saw in qualifying, but he's going to let this one go. Hats off to David Gravette, the man who makes Burnside look like a beginner's park. Looks very, very at home in the skyscrapers of Simple Session. But couldn't put that run together. Like so many of the others, it's going to come down to his second run. A lovely little skip up onto the sub box or the extension. Floating in there.
It's even, you know,
that's no small gap.
No, and just the approach there too is super fun. Like nobody else is hitting that plastic burnt wall. I'm sure it's not plastic, but
I think it is Perspex.
Yeah.
That's a form of poly material.
That's what I was gonna say.
Someone's going to tell me exactly what Perspex is now. If you want to join in the conversation at all, you can do using the hashtag Simple Session or Simple Session 20. So David Gravette, first run done. It will be his second run that counts. So the judges taking it easy on that one. They know Gravette's score. Some good head dodging there. Dan Case wasn't too happy
Yeah,
about
I feel like he was looking right into my soul.
Dan Cates has that gift. Liam Pace just making his way up on top of the highest point of the course in front of the commentary box now. Just given knuckles to David Gravette. 42.2, the man from Washington State. Now, he's been on charge all night. He is the human power station. He's ready to light up the Saku Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Jaime Mateu.
This course is always big, so big. You can make crazy transfers. For my skate, it's difficult to go skate the rails because I'm going so fast to make the big tricks I can. For me, it's impossible to touch a rail because I just want to go big. and do the crazy tricks I can.
Okay, the human fireball, Jaime Mateu, is ready to explode across this course. Look how much it means to him. The energy that feeds off the crowd is just pumping him up more and more. They are the petrol on this fire, and he is about to set light to this course. Jaime Mateu. I was going to say, are you ready? It's not a question of whether he's ready, it's a question of whether or not we're ready.
Yeah, he was born ready.
I think it was Mark Churchill who said to me this week, he said, I think that Jaime believes that everyone has turned up to watch him. Okay, this was the finisher in qualifiers. This might actually be his opener for finals. Is Jaime Mateu going to try and caveman off the top there? Oh no? Yes, he is. Boneless off the top into the transition. 3 meters out, at least 2.5 meters down, then transfers across the channel. We are up and running with the human bolt of lightning. Oh, love that boneless step down. Beautiful lean over the hip.
Dang.
He is flying, isn't he? Think of the speed that he's carried here. Oh! Holds on to that one. He was almost out the front door.
I feel like that's standard, though. It's standard for Jaime to get way too much speed and almost lose control.
Hand drag over the volcano there. Into the front blunt. A little bit of lip service on the lip. Oh! Front three over the volcano as well.
He's pushing it out there.
Wow. I mean, this is impossible for the judges because you cast your mind back to some of the tech skaters like Egor Golubev or Adrien Bulard, and it's almost impossible to compare these two. The speed and energy that Jaime Mateu had for the first 45 seconds of that run.
Yeah, I honestly would not want to be a judge. Like, who starts their run off that way? Jaime does. Jaime does.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Measured it perfectly as well. Then he's up on the extension. Quick as a flash, just grabs into that boneless down. Back three, Indy. So smooth. And then he's up working this top section. He's been all over the course in under 30 seconds. That was where he nearly came off.
I know.
Love that.
Yeah, but that backside three over the volcano, though.
Oh,
that was insane.
Unreal. So Keyshawn Johnson just making his way up top while Jaime waits for his scores. Look at him, is absolutely charged. Very fitting that he's got a melting brain on the front of his deck there. That, I think, is what happens to most people who watch him skate. So, the man from Mallorca in Spain, waiting for his score to come in. At the moment, it's an 86.4 from Tyler Edtmayer. Total consistency start to finish, which leads. Jaime dropped that last front three on the volcano, so it'll be interesting to see whether the judges bring him down for that, or whether that energy we saw through the whole run is going to pay off for him.
Yeah, he definitely had a lot of factors in there, though. Just speed, consistency, just flow, everything. And like he said, and you know what I mean, in his little video, he was like, I don't hit rails. He's like, I'm going too fast to hit a handrail. He's like, I just want to go big.
I want to squeeze all of those crazy tricks in. Here it is, 77.4. I think that bail at the end of the run definitely costing him. So Jaime's got to step it up. Next in, Keyshawn Johnson of the United States of America, 6'3" of pure horsepower. So he's definitely well into the 40-inch club in terms of his ollie height, alongside Jake Hayes, Danny Wainwright, Xavier Orford, and Aldrin Garcia. And I mean, to that extent, just his height and his reach, it really helps on a course like this, doesn't it?
Yeah, like we were talking, you and I were talking earlier, if he like there's any mishaps out there, he loses any speed, I think he has an advantage with his height because he can just pop a trick, an ollie onto one of the rails, which I saw him do in practice and in qualifiers. Just massive.
Love that technique. Then transferring out to the side to get this angle.
Just huge backside 360.
Lazy 5-0 over the hip. He's looking really relaxed. Side up and squeezes it out.
Also, this is like, you know, if you go out, you be creative, like you're gonna stand out. Your runs are gonna stand out. Nobody's skating up any of these handrails. Just another indicator of his height.
He's taking on all of the street obstacles with speed.
Yes.
He's got really, really solid mixture of everything here at the moment. If he can keep this up for the duration of the minute, he's got another 15 seconds to go.
Yeah, I think he played it smart.
He's just slowing down. He feels like he's lost his way a little bit. You always say this, Vanessa. Like,
yeah. But he gets it. I don't think he got that in qualifier, so that's a big trick for him to make in his first run in the finals.
That is a huge trick to pick up right at the end there. He had a tiny bit, like 8-10 seconds of dead space at the end, but that more than makes up for it. He left the judges with a real sting there. Edtmayer giving him the high five, the current leader. That's whose score is under threat.
Just, don't you wish you could tuck me like that? That's insane.
Throwing shapes.
It's like almost as tall as the launch box itself.
I'd expect to see that in a Berlin techno club, not on the simple session course. How did he pull that up there?
No.
The compression off the top of that rail, pushing 6'3" of solid man up there.
Just that massive frontside flip. You can even see his facial expression was just like, oh, I just made that frontside flip. Wow.
Okay, so Keyshawn waiting patiently for the score. It's going to be a big one. 91.6.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a great strategy. He hit all like the huge airs, all the hips, everything, and then he went and he handled the street section. So it's like get the scary stuff out first, right?
Very, very impressive from Keyshawn Johnson, and he is currently in the highest place he has ever been in at simple session. Perennial finalist, but has never made the podium. So next in, Danny Leon of Spain. He said that this battle is between the Spanish and the Americans at the top of the standings. Danny Leon, first skater here in 2015, and today it's his best finish. Got second place. So it's one of those skaters who just twists the throttle and lets it fly. Always skates fast, opens with a big back three.
He knows what he's doing. No stranger.
Tiny beam plant, fast plant touch on that hip into the front plant, frontside flip. So we've seen transition, tech, speed and flow already. We're less than 20 seconds in. Danny Leon. Oh, finger flip disaster.
I mean, that's definitely textbook, like technical, even if it's not on a ledge or a rail.
Just the cheeky little nollie front three over the spine there. Bit of speed now into the hip. Frontside disaster up that big gap that we just saw Jaime Mateu come down.
Oh my God.
Frontside ollie
terrifying. That is so terrifying, that transfer.
Danny Leon take a bow. That was a little bit of everything. That was a trip around the entire zoo. We saw the lions, the zebras, the giraffes, the rhinos, the gazelles, the reptiles, the arachnids. Take a bow. Danny Leon, that was spectacular.
Massive back three. You know, the frontside Smith. Yeah, he killed it. I think he just checked off every box out there as far as any judge would be concerned.
He hit absolutely everything in the park. take a bow. Danny Leon, we can head down now courtside with our reporter, Amy Fuller.
Kishore, congratulations. What a run that was. What was your take on that?
It was just all about having fun. I was talking to some of the guys before it. They were a little nervous. They were talking about that. I told them just smile, and that's what I did the whole time, you know.
You certainly did. And anything in store for your final run?
I can't give it away, but, you know, we're going to try to push it a little bit more. Once again, have more fun, you know.
Thank you, and good luck.
Oh, thank you.
Love that. Smiles for miles from Kishore Johnson. Just putting his arm around Danny Leon there.
Because he just had a super gnarly run as well.
He just had an absolute scorcher. That was an absolute blazer. Still waiting for the score to come in on this one. And he knows it's a good one. It's interesting with Danny, he's had a couple of years, not in the wilderness, but just kind of somewhere between 5 and 10. Not being really pounding the podium, but it feels like that experience is starting to come in for him now.
Yeah, it looks like he's feeling pretty good out there. And that, I mean, for a first run, good God, like, that must feel really good.
Yeah, so third at Simple Session in 2017, second at 2015, third at Bowl Rippers 2016. Then he got a 6th here in 2018. Couldn't skate last year because of that ankle injury, but he did really well at Rebel Bowl Rippers in Marseille. And you've got to say this is kind of an indoor wooden version of that kind of Marseille Vans Park Series style contest. Again, every time you give the judges some time, you know that they're making sure it's going to be right.
Yep.
Right now we've got Kishore Johnson, 90.6.
I think we got Pat Duffy giving a peace sign, being like, "I've already wrapped up my scores. I know what I got here."
Tyler Edtmayer currently in second on 86.4. Jaime Mateu rounding out the top 3 with a 77.4. Judges are up on that back platform there, alongside Dave Duncan. So only one skater still to drop here after Danny Leon's score comes in, and it's last year's winner, Liam Pace.
I think I'm genuinely curious how the judges are going to score Liam if he puts out a run like he did yesterday in qualifiers, which got him into the final, qualifying in first place.
Well, the question is always, when you have the level stepping up as it has here, have the judges left themselves enough space? We're coming to the end of the first runs here at the Simple Session 25 skate finals, and already the judges have pushed Kishore Johnson into the 90s. My gut feeling is that Danny Leon's got to go higher, and we've still got Liam Pace and all of the second runs to come. This could go really, really hard.
I was like, I don't know, Ed, I would not want to be a judge right now.
Yeah, there's going to be smoke coming out of their ears.
Yeah.
No two ways
These
about
guys
it.
are definitely, like, they're pushing it, though. There's a lot of progression happening right now, and we're seeing a lot of stuff. I had no idea that any of the tricks that are going down right now was going to happen, because yesterday's qualies were pretty intense already. So, and the bar was set so high.
90.8. So the judges, I think, have realised that they're topping out on the scores. Danny Leon moves into the lead.
Danny, injured last year, you're back in the mix, you're at the top of the leaderboard. How does it feel?
I feel great. I did my round, so I don't know now what to do. I'm gonna see what to do, but I'm so happy because I'm ready with a lot of friends from different countries enjoying this weekend, so happy for this.
And how important is it, the environment and the friends and the support of all the fans?
I think it's so important for just have fun is good for us, and if you're not having fun, probably you're not gonna enjoy the skateboarding a lot. So I think it's too important to be great with everyone.
Wicked. Well, we're excited to see what you have in store for the next run. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you so much. What do you say? Sorry.
Okay, so Danny Leon, not quite catching the message of good luck there from Amy Fuller, but Liam Pace is ready to throw down with his Q-Tang. So we talked about it. He's so relaxed, so casual. You called him docile, didn't you?
I did, yeah. It's like night and day, like very, very quiet, and then you put a board under his feet and you just get blown away.
Yeah. Everyone hedging their bets. Danny Leon certainly hedging his bets. He wasn't claiming that first place at all, was he? He knows that Liam Pace was yet to drop. So you can lay it down. See how long you think Liam Pace's cap's going to stay on for. The windage on that thing when he gets up to 30 k's an hour is huge.
Most unique approach to this course.
Huge transfer there, and then front wanting across that little bird path.
Cab back disaster. I like that one a lot.
Coming up, using the woods just to punt back in and then back the way he came. Ollie down into that one. That is pure courage. The stale fish over the hip.
Not losing any speed.
I swear you could put him in the BMX contest on a skateboard and he'd still be all right.
I definitely think you're right, for sure.
Lovely backsmith on the top of the bowl section. Transferring from high to low, out of the bowl. And somehow finding the speed to roll through the top section of that hip. Liam Pace in uncharted ground at the moment. It's like a moon landing out there for the man. Oh! Wanted to slide the 5 in there, and I think he's given the judges an excuse. Had the clock run down.
Yeah, I think that might have made things a little easier.
Because that's what they're looking for, excuses here.
Yeah.
Kid out of Tucson, Arizona, tearing around this park. He left so many tracks around here. Just so consistent. You made the point in warm-up for finals that he actually fell, and you just don't see Liam Pace fall.
No, and when he had clipped over the transfer, he had no idea that it was happening. So it was, you know what I mean? You clip, and then you have so much speed, and then you just hit the floor.
Bailing is a completely foreign concept to Liam Pace. So first runs down. Things are starting to heat up here at Simple Session 20 for the skate finals. At the moment, down at the bottom in 12th. Can't actually go all the way down there on my screen. We've got Jaakko Ojanen in 11th, David Gravette in 10th, Egor Golubev in 9th. Adrien Bulard 7th. Frenchman, one of the most tech out there, sat just behind Antoine Laurent, 15-year-old, who made such a strong impression. Then the really strong, consistent runs come into the top 5. Ivan Federico, definitely one of the most transition park-style runs, but very, very powerful with it. Jaime Mateu in 4th at the moment. Vanessa feels like he's one of the skaters who's got somewhere to go. He really could push.
Oh, Jaime, I was like, yes, he's insane, especially if he gets that back 3 over the volcano, which was terrifying because I thought he was just doing a back 180 over there, but then obviously we saw him put together that 360.
Ooh, Liam Pace really getting punished.
Oh
Looks
my
at that
goodness,
score.
especially in comparison to qualifiers.
His eyebrows went up to the ceiling then, didn't they? So 73.8 for Liam Pace. He's in 6th position. Danny Leon out in front, just 0.2 ahead of Kishore Johnson. Tyler Edtmayer, the 21-year-old out of Germany, in 3rd. Jaime Mateu poised to strike like a Black Panther in 4th. Ivan Federico, Liam Pace rounding out the top 6. Antoine Laurent, 15-year-old French, is in there. David Gravette, definitely in 11th place, is one to watch. He could be a big mover in the second runs.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of these guys can definitely just, if they clean it up in their second run, I mean, everyone's got a great looking run out there, and stay on your board.
It feels to me like there is a little bit of a step there, though, in the way people are approaching the course. You've got people who are tech, but they're carrying the speed. I think as soon as you slow it down, you're battling the course.
Yeah. I was actually having a conversation earlier when
Okay, we're going to take a quick break now, but we'll be back for second runs. Welcome back to Simple Session 20 Skate Finals. We are at the business end of this contest. 12 skaters, 2 runs, and they all have 1 run left. Sat next to me in the booth, Vanessa Torres, and that man that you can see coming into the picture now, Keishot Johnson, currently sat in second position, just behind Danny Leon. Now, Vanessa, we've just been talking about this during the break. Liam Pace, so impressive in qualifiers, but you made the point that he wasn't giving the street obstacles the lip surface that the judges wanted to see.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I have been on the judging side of things before, and when you're talking about, you know, overall impression and, you know, that kind of criteria, what the judges are looking for, I mean, Liam Pace is extremely powerful out there. And I did notice, though, that there's no rails or anything like super technical as far as street style. So
when you look at Danny Leon, though, you compare Liam's run to Danny Leon, and you've got what used to be known as a park transition kid who's blatantly bought in. He's worked hard to bring some heavy street tricks into his run. Let's take a look through some of them now. We've got some replays on this. So here's the park kid that we know and love with a huge back 3 to open. He's got that one on rails, and we've seen that element of his riding before, but it's when you start to get into the rails that you start to see the difference coming. You've got that front Smith, finger flip front D.
I mean, that was considered technical as well. You're also, you know what I mean? You're bringing street into park, you know what I mean? And
then that huge transfer up there.
That's creative. That's creativity right there. Bringing in all the elements, like hitting all the big, you know, transitions in the beginning, and then making sure to hit the rails in between there somewhere before wrapping up the run with some creative.
So Jaakko Ojanen definitely one to watch there. Ivan Federico and Tyler Edtmayer, solid runs that they can improve on. David Gravette, who'll drop 8th, has definitely got some power he can bring and put some heat on the top boys. And then we've got those top 4 who are battling it out at the moment. Danny Leon, Keishot Johnson, and Jaime Mateu.
We got Egor in.
Down in 6th. So the Russian technician, where's he going?
Also, just, you know, for anyone tuning in, it's not as favorable to basically skate the same run. I think judges really like it when you switch it up and bring something different to your second run. It looks like Egor might just be trying to keep it together, keep it safe out there with the same line.
Yeah, but he didn't. He dropped the first line, so I think he's got... Oh, and he's got super glue on his feet for this run. He's allergic to falling off that board.
Contest make.
Yeah, we'll call that one. So, frontside half cab flip. So, apart from that little stumble contest, mate, a very solid run from St. Petersburg's finest, Egor Golubev of Russia. Really enjoying this one, just keeping it going all the way to the death. So the Russian does himself proud. Made sure that he ticked off a couple of boxes there. He's got that big drop, a lot flatter than everyone else has been taking it, and that nollie flip back 3. Yeah, he definitely gets drawn into the street elements towards the end of that run, but you can see he looks a lot happier with that second run.
I'm sure he's just stoked to make it to final. I mean, to get to finals, like, you're up against a lot of talent.
100%. Like, you look at his results the last couple of years, 18ths and 20ths, he just hasn't had the same impact here that he had in 2016 when he got 5th. So to make finals is a big step up again.
It's an achievement. It's an achievement for himself.
It'll be interesting to see how far up he can make it. Currently sat in 10th on a 49.4, so there's a huge step between 10th place and 9th place. Simen Haegelan of Norway currently in there on a 60.8, so he's got to bump it at least 10 points. But I think that'll be pretty easy with that run. I'd like to see mid-60s from there.
Yeah, we'll see what the judges think.
High 60s, 69.6, but it's still only good enough for 9th position because Adrien Bulard is 69.8, just ahead of him in 8th. So a bit of a log jam in the top 8 places. Next in, we called it an economic style. Simen Haegelan, very, very clean Scandinavian style. Love skating Malmo.
Straight into that backside Smith grind. Gets the kickflip this time. I think he bailed that one in his first run. He's got really cool style. I mean, I personally like his style a lot. A little sketchy on that kickflip backside lip side. Still managed to ride away.
Got the fast plant this time, really nice. He's got that really tidy, quite close to feet together stance, hasn't he?
I think that's why I like it, because I want to be more like it.
Lovely tech skating from Simen Haegelan. The Norwegian making good use of the course as well.
He was going for a frontside feeble. Still managed to hang on as it went back into a frontside board side.
Yeah, it was somehow diagonally locked into a front board. He's going back for another bite. Back 50, back one out. So Simen Haegelan with a very, very nice run there. Cleaned up the mistakes from his first run. Again, we're going to see a really healthy score here, I think. But for the judges, it's that classic conundrum. Where does a very tech street run sit with those big fast park runs? Love that backsmith. Perfect foot placement on that.
Another reason why I like his skating. Tricks that I cannot do, that I would like to do.
There was
Look at that.
Front feed, didn't get the back wheel on. So instead it's the front board.
Counts. It counts, right? You can hold on to
counts.
it, you roll away from it, it counts.
Okay, let's see what the judges have gone for him. The moment he sat in 10th, he was just leapfrogged by Egor Golubev.
That's it. That second run score seems about right to me. You know what I mean? It's.
Yeah, maybe the little lockout didn't work for him, but it's the first run score that will count for Simen Haegelan. Next in, Jaakko Ojanen of Finland. Such a beautiful skater. Won the Finnish national champs age 10. Then took the Vulcan Wild in Parks title in 2009. Just been building on that steadily. His Insta has just got lashings of style all over it. It's pretty much his bag. So casual.
Yeah, he takes a very, very unique, just unique approach to this course, like hitting things that nobody's even thought about skating, and
it looked like he'd kind of rewritten the laws of gravity on that kickflip then. Effortlessly powerful. There's that little double wall ride. Smashing that out. The consistency he's got here through some really technical, creative tricks. Oh!
I saw him doing that in warm-ups. Oh.
No! Jaakko with 6 seconds to go. Just playing with the end of that run.
It's just fun to watch him. Like, he's super creative.
But that's been the theme running through everyone. That's what Kishot said, that's what Danny Leon said. They're out there technically, yes, you're up against the other 11 guys in the final, but fundamentally, you're up against yourself.
Yeah.
You've got to go out there, and if you're enjoying yourself, then it's going to work for you. You're going to find that flow. Beautiful run for Jaakko Ojanen. The Finn getting a little bit of everything packed into this.
And then what do you even call that? It's just like a tail, like tail kiss, little
sideways blunt, side blunt. Making sure he dishes it out to the fans there. So the goofy footer out of Tampere in Finland. Going to wait patiently for his score now. He's currently in 12th on a 41.8. No two ways about it, that's heading north, but how far is the question? Like to see it in the 60s, but maybe even higher. Don't know, I think the 70s have been reserved for the very consistent, super powerful runs. There you have it, 61.6. Jaakko Ojanen will move up one place into 11th. The consistency we were craving in run 1 is certainly coming in run 2. Adrien Bulard, one of those heavy hitters, capable of some big, big runs. At the moment, sat on a pedestrian 69.8, but there's no two ways about it. The level of technicality he can bring. Oh!
That is massive. That is like every single time textbook perfect 360 flip over that gap.
Well, we've seen BMXers hanging up on it, let alone skaters doing lazy tray flips with the most beautiful front foot catch. So, getting a little bit of lip trick done up top with that back tail.
Yeah, I definitely think the judges are being a lot harsher as far as they're really sticking to this criteria for this final contest.
So nollie heels, slowing it down over the driveway, but he's come back up the handrail here. Oh, was that tray flip front board? Couldn't see what he was going for there. Gonna go back and have another go though. Oh! Unlucky, Adrien Bulard, man at Rouen in France. Look at this. That front foot catch just holding the back foot up on it.
I mean, it's the gap is huge.
Absolutely beautiful. There's that back tail. Because this course is freshly built, there are a couple of corners of this that really don't want to slide either. You either have to grease them up or, like Adrien did there, and just barge it through. Okay, so top 5 as it stands. Danny Leon, Keishot Johnson separated by not very much at all. Tyler Edtmayer in 3rd, Ivan Federico just ahead of Liam Pace. So Ivan Federico will be next to drop. Federico currently on a 76.8. He's got this lovely transfer up. Is he going to go straight back there? Yes, he is.
No!
Oh. And it's when they bail like that, you see just how much hang time they've got. So Tyler just pumping around the back end of the bowl. Finger flip. Still finding the float on that backside ollie.
Yeah, he recovers really well. I mean, but that is it's really unfortunate. It's literally one of your biggest tricks and your first trick of your run and not making that.
Oh, he's coming back for it.
Yeah. No, again.
That's it. Ivan's lost his flow on this second run, so that 76.8 that's currently got him in 5th is going to have to make do. And it's going to be a nervous wait for Ivan to see if he can hold on to a top 6 spot.
I was going to say anything could happen at this point.
Well, right now he's got David Gravette and Liam Pace behind him just as 2. So that could definitely move. So next in Tyler Edtmayer. Tyler.
But that's another thing.
Position.
That's another thing about this contest, though, that's so rad. It's just like, it's just raw skateboarding, and like everybody's out here. There's a lot of camaraderie. Like people are pumped for each other. Like this is a contest that's like no other, you know. And I'm sure Ivan was like, oh well, I'm not gonna better my run, so I'm just gonna, you know what I mean, call it. Oh my god.
Just going over the bars on that flip.
That's full commitment by Tyler.
Oh.
So committed that he committed to that fall as well. Like saw that trick all the way through.
I think without question he's giving himself, he'll have lost a little bit of bark off the back there. He got no warning. He as you said, if you commit to something that heavily and you're going down, then it's going to get you. Keyshawn Johnson putting his hand right on the graze there. So Tyler going to scratch this one, but currently in the podium places, third position with an 86.4. Look at that. You skate, you BMX, you land on concrete, wood, metal regularly. You have to learn to soak up those slams. So, a couple of falls in a row there. After a couple of people finding their mojo, we've had a couple of people lose them in Ivan Federico and Tyler Edtmayer. Can Antoine Laurent find his? Dropped his second trick and then just pulled it back from nowhere and threw down a very, very strong sleeper run. So if he can put this together, he could be moving up into the heavy podium positions. There it is, that's the trick he dropped. Now he's on a heat up. Lovely style.
No, he's fired up.
Backside disaster.
Do you know how impressive it is to be, I think we're the same height.
There's that flip backside air.
To keep that much speed.
Just timing and power,
Dude,
isn't it?
there it is.
Backsmith on the down rail. So we've seen all those big, fast transition tricks. Now he's getting. Oh! No. He's getting to work in the
It's still
street.
a good run. It's still a good run.
It really is.
Yeah.
Really is. Come on. You got this, Antoine. 15-year-old out of southern France.
Youngest in the final. Look at that. Oh, somehow.
Back 270 board.
The crowd is hyped. 540. Yep, called it.
Oh! There it is. I tell you what, the back 270 more than makes up for that dropped feeble. Oh, sugar cane! Wow, you don't get many of those to the pound. Seriously, rewind that, film it on your phone, put it on social media. They are as rare as hen's teeth. Beautiful run there from the young Frenchman. It paid homage to a few different generations of skating there. There was some modern tech and there was some really beautiful old classics in there.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, how are you 15? Like,
he's been studying his skateboard trick history. Like that, we got the back 50, the back 270, but then we got the fives, and we've got that.
There's a little bit of everything.
Beautiful backsmith up top. Antoine Laurent out of Mayen in southern France. Very, very talented skater. Remember his name. He's moved up 75. So Antoine Laurent has just knocked last year's winner, Liam Pace, into 7th position. Chapeau, Antoine Laurent, chapeau. Right next in, David Gravette. One of your favorites, Vanessa.
Yeah, look at him. He's so pumped right now. He's like, God, I saw this contest through. I just love him. He's got great energy. He has a hilarious mustache. He knows it's funny.
There's that lovely bean plant. Little Wally. Ollie to pivot. So Gravette, one of those skaters who can really move up. He's got that lovely wall ride through the channel. Now he's up into more familiar territory.
Taking a drink of water. I was like, oh, he's really hustling right now.
Wanted a little bit of extra hydration there. Using the whoops just
running
to pop
man.
in.
We got a running man.
Yes, love that. Plenty of speed as he makes his way out to the hip. Backside ollie. Shrieking his way around the course. Backside blunt.
Oh!
nose manual over the volcano.
That thing is straight vert.
Just throwing the tricks around here, relaxing.
Oh!
The nose grind to finish would have been magic. So David Gravette, absolute banger of a run. He was sat on a 42.2 in last position here in the finals in 12.
I think he bettered his run for sure.
100%.
Hands down.
And you see that sense of humour that you were talking about, Vanessa. He's just out there enjoying this run.
I was like, oh, he's hustling right now, and then I ate my own words because then he just picked up a bottle of water and casually took a sip straight into his running man trick.
Love that, but so many of the little parts, if you look through the details of this run, that was insane. Getting up and on top of that nose manual when, as you say, the transition's so vertical coming into it.
Very, very tight. Like, anything can happen. If you overthrow that, just any miscalculations, like, you're flying off of that thing to flat.
Hold the front page. Someone just running practices between runs there. Looks like they've gone down. Can't see who it is. Maybe Danny Leon. Okay, so
I have no idea.
we can't actually see from the commentary box down on the course, which is on the left-hand side of your picture there, because
oh, it is Danny. I think it is Danny.
Behind the spine is covering him up. He's up, he went down hard on his elbow. Yeah, it's Danny Leon. So Danny Leon is he's up and running, but he's hit his shoulder. So 73.4 for David Gravette. We can go down now to Amy Fuller, who's with him.
David, first time at Simple Sessions, you look like you were having a blast out there. What do you make of that run?
I'm stoked to hold on. I can't believe I missed probably one of the easiest tricks of my run at the end, but I'm just glad I stayed on that long. This is like my Super Bowl to be out here to watch the BMXers, so like I'm so excited just to be done riding, have something I don't have to feel stupid about, and I can go enjoy the show and check out the Estonian nightlife for the first time tonight. So
Too right, and we've got a few heavy hitters left. What do you expect from the last few guys ready to drop?
I think Liam's going to have he got a little bit of a low score, and he's got a demon to chase right now, so he's got something different planned, I think. If he'll make it, I think that'll be really good. Danny Leon was killing it. I'm kind of hoping he wins because we got a side bet if he's got to pay me 100 euros if he wins. So that'll be good for me.
Wicked. We'll have an epic night tonight with the boys, and thanks for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, you heard it there. As humble as they come out of the Pacific Northwest, David Gravette, a rare treat watching him skate in a contest. And he said it best, he's got something to be proud of going home, but he knows that Liam Pace is not going to hold anything back coming into his second and final run. Next up, though, will be this man, Jaime Mateu. We call him the human power station. He is an absolute lightning rod for energetic skating. Currently sat in fourth, and he's got plenty up his sleeve, Vanessa.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's like predictable and unpredictable at the very same time. If that can be a thing that happens, we kind of know, like, have an idea of his like trick selection, but it's like, where is he gonna do it? Like, where is it gonna happen on the course? He just loves the people. He loves the people. That's what fuels his existence on like this massive course.
These are the moments he lives for. Everything else is just waiting. Jaime Mateu cracking his trucks on that bar to get the crowd amped up. From boneless into the transition. Huge backside air transfer up into the bowl section. Through the whoops, using that just to pop in and up. Another boneless down.
Oh. You hear that crowd just raging.
They love the energy that pours off him. Ah. There's the three, and then the nose bone over the hip. Stretching that front leg out to make the gap. Finger flip disaster, and then power sliding to make his line. Yes, just dragging the hand over the volcano. Front blunt,
oh my God,
so
here,
much pop out.
Is he gonna get it?
Front three,
Dude,
no!
I told you, that thing will throw you straight to flat.
Oh, Jaime.
He really wanted that one.
Look at him, he wants to bite through his fist.
It's an incredible way to start any run. And he always brings the heat and the excitement, and the crowd loves him.
Well, for me, I mean, he skated, no joke, yesterday, he skated hard out for 4 hours. The moment the energy started rising in the building for qualifiers, he was out there. So Jaime Mateu drops just by 0.4 on that second run. So the first run score will count. He's in 4th place at the moment, which pretty much. Oh!
Yeah, classic Jaime.
Unreal, and he'll be so frustrated knowing that it was that close. But what it does do, it guarantees Keeshod Johnson a place in the top 3. So right now, 3 skaters left to drop. Only one of them is not in the top 3. Danny Leon is in 1st. Keeshod Johnson is in 2nd. And the man behind Keeshod in your picture now, Liam Pace, is down in 7th. Last year's winner. So Keeshod looks like he's just wondering what's going on. Liam Pace dropping in for a quick practice run. Floating through there, taking a leaf out of Leonard. Taking a leaf out of Ivan Federico's book. So, Keeshod Johnson.
This is this did not go anywhere near as expected as I thought it would. Like, especially with my predictions. Well, I mean, Danny's on top right now, but he still has, look at that massive tuck knee.
Beautiful.
By Keeshod.
Throwing shapes over the first jump. Comes in. Back 3,
every
floating. And he's smiling exactly as he said after the first run. He's just enjoying his skating out here. Beautiful way cleaner on that board side up.
There it is. It's like nobody's touched those handrails on the side, and he doesn't need any speed at all. Just
making them look so small, isn't he?
Yes.
And they're waist height for the rest of us. 6'3" of great style and power. Holy! Looking for the 50 up those big handrails. Those things are waist high at the bottom, I promise you.
It's probably up to my chin.
10 seconds. He's not
gonna go for the front side
on that
flip,
first
maybe?
run score. 360.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would have been cool to see.
That gap is so big for a trick like that. Keeshod Johnson gonna rely on that first run score.
It's a pretty good score.
Look at that tuck knee. Channeling his inner ballerina there. Insane. I'm pretty sure he'll have bolt marks on his back knee.
Yeah.
It was from his front trucks, not his back trucks.
Look at this, just like, and it's like at the top of the rail, you know what I mean? A lot of us would have to gap down and maybe only hit a little bit of that handrail. He's able to just grind the whole thing.
So 75.6 second run score. He's going to ride that first run score and sit in 2nd place. Now comes the tell. Is Danny Leon going to skate his 2nd run? We saw him take a big fall in practice between the 2 runs. He's currently in 1st. Apparently the doctors have taken a look at him and they've said you're absolutely good to go. If he's got medical approval, then I guarantee you Danny's going to be on his board. Looks like he's being friendly to Liam Pace there, but that tells you a lot about the atmosphere here in Simple Session as Danny Leon drops in, currently in 1st place. Only 1 skater left to drop behind him, Liam Pace. Looking so comfortable today. Has a week, Vanessa.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
crossbone lean.
He knows what it takes. He's no stranger to these massive courses and extremely creative. Just frontside Smith grind, no problem.
We saw that Raven Tershi style nose grind through the corner of the bowl up at the top there. That was an addition. Just feels like he's locked into everything. Oh, I love that
Your
little
favorite.
front three. It's a
just
proper
little
throwaway.
Yeah. It's just little things like that. That's the creative aspect.
Well, we're seeing all the meat and vegetables like this. That's the seasoning.
Exactly.
Little flourishes everywhere.
The spice.
Yes. Oh! Frontside flip stalefish over the channel gap. Danny Leon take a bow. The judges have no choice right now than to award this. Oh, Danny Leon! It is going to take something insanely special from Liam Pace to beat this.
We got Gravette.
Look at
hugging
Cody
Danny because he
Lockwood.
might be getting paid that €100 if Danny walks away with this. That's incredible.
Cody Lockwood, both hands on the barrier there, just shaking it with excitement. Look at that, and he's done it off the back of this injury. Totally forgot that he'd just taken a massive slam. So Danny Leon, let's pick this apart, Vanessa. A phenomenal run that took in every element of the course.
Yeah, he hit every corner.
We've just ticked off all the transition park style stuff. So now let's go into the tricks. Let's get into the technical stuff.
Look at this. Kick flip. What was that? Kick up stalefish.
Unreal. That
Look
gives
at
you an
that.
idea of how much travel there was on it as well.
And we can see we have a good view of that gap from here.
So Danny Leon, everyone else has sat on their first run scores. Danny Leon has come out and made Liam Pace sweat. Liam Pace, first pace qualifier, last year's winner, but he couldn't put his first run score in the bank. So now Danny Leon has upped it, 94.6.
Wow. That's sick.
Liam Pace is currently over 20 points off the pace.
Oh my goodness.
Let's go down to Amy Fuller, see what Danny Leon thinks of that run.
Danny, first of all, how's your shoulder? You went down hard in practice.
Yeah, before my last round, I heard my shoulder. It feels bad. I think now it's okay because it's kind of hot. But tomorrow I will see what is it.
Yeah, definitely some adrenaline pumping there. What would it mean to you to win Simple Sessions today?
I came here from 2015 and I always got second or third. So I'm so happy to be. Well, let's see, because Liam is skating now, so I would like to be first, but I'm waiting for the Liam for a round. So.
Okay, well, fingers crossed. We'll tune into Liam now.
Yeah, I hope my best for him. He's a really good guy, good skater, so we will see.
Well, thanks and good luck.
Thank you so much.
Well, Danny Leon's best ever finish here at Simple Session is a second. Only one man can stop him from bettering that, and he's about to drop in. Liam Pace coming cross court to start, which is a change up for Liam. Where are we going here?
My heart is racing.
Boom. Step up, step down. Frontside 180. Across that little channel there. Cab, full cab to disaster, then popping back down. Retracing his steps in reverse with that beautiful frontside grab on that. Just adding a little bit. Oh, step up.
I don't know, Ed. I don't know.
We're not even we're now halfway through. This is where he can switch it up. Frontside 180 over the channel. Building speed there. So, starting to look clean up. The crossbow, huge transfer down, that was big. Liam Pace upping the ante with each trick, but he's burning a bit of time here. He needs something special to finish. What's Pace got?
I don't know, maybe kickflip, Indy.
He's got to go big. That's it, Liam Pace had dropped it. Having had such an insane run here, he won this comp with his first run score. He came through qualifying last year. He absolutely whitewashed this competition in 2019. After his qualifying yesterday, we thought we were going to see the same thing, but no. Danny Leon has stepped up. Liam Pace was put under pressure on his first run, and Danny Leon has taken advantage of him. A perfect day for Danny Leon. Has delivered the perfect result.
Yeah, I'm blown away.
Well, everything we saw in qualifiers yesterday suggested that Liam Pace was going to walk away with this.
Definitely, and those are my predictions. I mean, Danny Leon was in my 3 for the predictions, but I had no idea.
as a commentator, I wanted to keep things open. I didn't want to oversell this, but I did think that Liam Pace was going to walk away with this. And that is the joy of Simple Session once again. People stepping it up in the finals here in incredible style. It was a beautiful run, but you had to have a perfect run. After what Danny Leon did, are we going to get to see it here?
Oh, that is so massive. And that's what I was saying, like throughout watching, the finals just now, I feel like the judging, the criteria started to like not switch up. Like they've been very open and honest about how, what they expect, usage of the course, all of these things. And then I realized that like Liam, I was like, oh, well, he doesn't hit any rails in his run. Like, I'm not saying like his run isn't immaculate and so rad to watch and like uses the course like nobody else. But I feel like Danny and like Kishad, they all used rails. They all used rails and like they incorporated every element of the actual course. And it just goes to show Danny on top and, Kishad also in second place. And then also Tyler kind of surprised us too, just coming in third. I mean, he must feel really great as well.
There are some really, really important results there for Tyler Edtmayer and Danny Leon. It will mean the absolute world to Danny to finally come and win this. It's taken him this is his 6th time of asking, but he's been able to come out and he's taken it. And what's fascinating is he has developed and progressed his skating to be able to do that.
And obviously that's what I think what it takes every year. You have to progress, you have to like...
Okay. So we can go down course side now to the man who has taken out the skate finals here at Simple Session 20, Danny Leon.
Danny, Simple Session 2020 winner. How does that sound? What's going on through your mind right now?
I don't know, I can't believe it. I'm so happy. So it means a lot for me because I came here for a long time. For me, it's like a tradition. I will come here, I will try every year come here with my friends, enjoy. So I came here with my friend Nathan and be here with him and win this contest is amazing.
And how important is it, the support of the crowd and the fans and also riding with your friends?
It's important for enjoy, I think. This is the Simple Session, always enjoy.
100%, that's what it's about. And tonight, how are you going to celebrate?
I'm gonna party with all my friends, all the skaters, and everyone who wanna come to the party, let's do it.
Drinks on you then.
Thanks. That's what I say, sorry.
Congratulations
Thank you
once again and well done. What a result.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so Danny Leon very, very happy with that run. So first place for the Spaniard for the first time. And he did it against some very, very strong talent. David Gravette came out, a rare treat to see him in action. But you can see there just how much of an effect that slam had on Danny Leon's shoulder, Vanessa.
I mean, did it really have that much of an effect on him? Because he just came through with an even gnarlier run. His second run being his highest run, which literally put him on top.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break now, but when we come back, we'll have analysis of all of the best runs here at Simple Session 20. Well, you can take a breath now. The dust is starting to settle on another classic final here in the Saku Arena in Tallinn, Estonia. We've just had the skateboard finals and Vanessa, truly, truly breathtaking. Danny Leon threw down.
You had me give predictions earlier, and I was very mistaken. I thought that maybe Liam Pace was going to take this, and then it just goes to show that the finals can really bring out the gnarliest skating, and so I was blown away.
Do you think that the judges shifted the goalposts at all between qualifying and finals?
I definitely noticed a shift, like as far as the criteria and the usage of the course. And I know that there was a lot of powerful runs out there as far as transition-wise, but I did notice that some of the runs were lacking maybe that street element, just whatever choice of using the rails or any of the boxes. So I think that's maybe why we didn't see Liam get as high of a score. I'm not sure, but I definitely sensed a shift. And Danny and Kishad just kind of brought it all together in their final run. So it was awesome.
Okay, well, we can take a look back through some of the best runs now. We'll start in third position with the German Tyler Edtmayer. He's 21 years old. He cut his teeth here at Simple Session. So coming back again and getting a big podium will mean the absolute earth to him. He had some beautiful tricks in there, didn't he? And like Kishad and Danny, he really mixed it up.
Yeah.
Opened up with that backside 360 and then into the backside 450 over the hip.
I mean, just like super, super quick feet. Like just trying to get a trick, any chance he can get. This massive boneless. I mean, he's pumping even at the flat bottom, just trying to keep his speed. Backside boneless.
But he took your advice. He knew that speed is king on this course and he had to get hold of it.
Yeah, I feel like he's MVP for sure. Like he made it in there, like kind of at the bottom in qualifications, and then really just put it together in the finals. And he was really enjoyable to watch.
Interestingly as well, when you see this run now in context of Liam Pace's run, he put a 3 across that same gap, and that worked so hard for him points-wise. But then he came down and we saw some of the, well, we saw the invert, but we saw a couple of tech street tricks down here.
I mean, there it is. That's what it's gonna take. You know what I mean? You have to just like, you have to bring in all the elements of this contest, this event.
Okay, it meant the world to him, and he knew he'd landed a good run. And the man coming over to congratulate him there was Kishad Johnson, who took second place. And this run, exactly as you said, it had a bit of everything.
Yeah, he killed it. I mean, just massive back 3, barely hanging on too. Yeah, everyone that is sitting where they're sitting after this final is very deserving of that placement.
Well, the board slide up there was just insane. How he held on to that, he had to muscle it through because it wasn't locked in, was it?
No, but it just goes to show, again, Ed, is that if you're 6 foot plus and you're just tall, then you can skate up handrails.
Yeah, it's like a boxer using their reach. Kishad Johnson can just stretch his legs and get the board anywhere he wants it. So that was second place for Kishad Johnson. Oh, and I'd forgotten this, the lovely little finish. He'd kind of burned that 10 seconds and you're thinking, oh, has he got anything left? Boom, frontside flip the channel.
Yeah, so there it is, first run. He knew it too. Like I could see his face when we were watching it happen in real time, and he was surprised that he even rolled away from it, but that was awesome.
We've got this man slammed in between his 2 runs, and I think he was the only guy to land 2 runs start to finish today. Consistency was king for Danny Leon, but also his use of course and the mix of park and street.
Yeah, I mean, he's just been skating strong since qualifiers. He also got a little injured during warm-ups right before his last second run. And yeah, I mean, that's the kind of run that it's gonna take, I feel, to get that top place. I mean, he's got rail, he's got street, he's got transition, he's technical. Like, he's just technical all over the place. I'm excited for him, very humble dude.
Yeah, Danny Leon will be so made up with this result. So often the bridesmaid, he'll take podium positions out, but he's always struggled with the win. But it feels, we said it in the commentary box, it feels like his skating is so well-rounded now. This could be a really strong year for Danny Leon.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we just witnessed that. And when we were listening to him talk about like kind of always falling short into second place, I think it's super awesome that 20th anniversary of Simple Session and he gets to leave as this year's winner, and that's awesome.
Okay, that is Simple Session 20 Skateboard Finals. There's plenty more to watch on Red Bull TV coming up. First and foremost, we got BMX Street and Park Finals, but we've also got the US Open. It is the greatest contest in snowboarding. The world's best riders heading back to Vail Mountain for both slopestyle and halfpipe. 26th to the 29th of February. You can watch it all live on Red Bull TV. But today, We want you here, 6 p.m. local time. That means somewhere between breakfast and 11's if you're in the US, and somewhere after closing time if you're in Asia or Oceania. We will see you there. Take care and thanks for watching.